Hey guys, Markel TV back with another request video. I had a subscriber ask me a question about I am 100% PNT status, so getting Social Security should be fairly easy. And the answer to that question is no. The reason being is because there are plenty of veterans out there who have a 100% PNT status who are fully capable of working. And I think I put out a video that talks about 100% disabled veterans working full-time job. Uh, the thing that you have to understand, the major differences between Social Security and the VA is this. Social Security is an all or nothing. You either are disabled or you're not. Well, the VA deals in increments from between 0 and 100. That's why you have 10% rating, 30% rating, 90% rating, 100% ratings. So they are totally different entities. So just because you 100% and have a PNT status, that does not mean that you cannot work some type of job. Now, to go over some examples of this, a person could have a heart disease or a heart issue that was developed in service. And that heart condition causes them problems, and it qualified for them to get a 100% status. But that does not mean that they are not able to go out and work a job in order to get Social Security. Now, at the same token, I made a video about looking at your C file. If you don't know what's being said about you, even with a 70% PTSD status, because if you have a 70% PTSD status at 70%, the key number is 70. Why? Because 70% has some keywords in there, one being suicidal ideation. Suicidal ideation basically means that you are a danger not only to yourself but to other people, which will eliminate you from a lot of jobs. Once you have that stigma put on your medical records, the next step would be unemployability. Then the next step would be Social Security, or vice versa. You would get Social Security, then you would get IU. But if you're 70% PTSD and you're not being approved for IU or for Social Security, it's because the doctors have put something in your medical records that does not match that definition that is used for 70% PTSD. That is some key things that you all need to understand, which is why I put out these videos. You need to know what's being said about you. If you don't understand what's being said about you in your medical records and you keep filing for these things and not getting approved, it's because what you think they're saying, they're not actually saying. So to reiterate and make this point and drive it home, just because you have a certain rating, and it could be a 100% rating, and you could have a PNT status, that does not guarantee you getting Social Security. You have to be a person who is disabled in order to get Social Security. And here's the last key point to all this is consistency. If you're going to the doctors, going to physical therapy, seeing your psychiatrist, taking your medication, ordering your medication on a consistent basis, that is one of the key things Social Security looks for, is consistency. If you're one of these veterans that go to the doctor once a year, once every 2 years, or you haven't been in 3 or 4 years, and you think that you're going to get Social Security or that you're going to get a rating increase, keep thinking that, because it's not going to happen. It's not. Because how are you showing that you have a consistent issue when you're not going to the doctor trying to either ease the pain that you're going through or make your situation better? When you don't go to the doctors or psychiatrists or order medication or do any of those things, you're not showing any consistency, and you're not telling them that your disability is at the point that you're doing whatever you got to do to make it better. Those are things you need to be looking at and understanding. If you haven't been to a doctor in 3, 4, 5 years, and you file for Social Security, and they ask to see your medical records, and they see medical records going back 5 years and nothing current, what conclusion would you draw? That's going to be an automatic denial, because your disabilities are not bad enough for you to have seen a doctor, a psychiatrist, or even ordered medication. So guys, you need to be consistent with what you're doing. You got to put your pride to the side if you are really disabled and go to the doctors, go to the psychiatrist, order your medications, go to physical therapy. Do what you need to do to increase the income for yourself and for your family. Okay, guys, have a good one.